These people that stole this truck had 0 brain cells left, because who sprays fender flares on the truck? What's going on, guys? Protaz here with Protaz Adventures. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be changing the fender flares on a 2005 GMC Sierra. If you've got yourself a GMC Sierra and you want to change out your fender flares, this is kind of a how-to video on how to do that. Stick around and enjoy the show. All right, boys, there she is in all of her glory. This is a 2005 GMC Sierra. Don't mind the hood, guys. It's all going to be fixed. Everything's fixable. Today, we're gonna be working on these fender flares here. So this truck is stolen, so the person that stole it obviously didn't have a brain. What they did was they sprayed the fender flares black with like a, I don't know, a rubber coating, and they didn't take them off. They actually sprayed them on the truck. So we got a lot of overspray here. Changing out fender flares, this is a universal thing. All trucks are kind of similar. Some will have 3M tape that just kind of tapes to the side of the fender here. Some will have screws. For our sake, we have screws up in this wheel well here. Depending on what you guys buy, it's kind of relatively the same. And we're gonna definitely get this done and change out these ugly fender flares. And I gotta figure out how to make my fender look brand new again, because we've got a lot of overspray to deal with. These are the fender flares I got. Gotta open the package here. All right, so I got the front and the back. These are the fender flares here. I believe these are the back ones. These are the front ones. Another rear. And another front. Call them all. And we have, oh cool, they give you extra clips too, so that's good. Put this off to the side here. Basically what I'm gonna start off with is I'm gonna start taking the fender flares off, cleaning the fenders, and then reapplying a new fender. Just gonna keep these here for now, and then start working on tearing those fender flares off. All right, well, the first thing I'm gonna need is a flathead screwdriver. I can find one around here somewhere. Bam, we got every screwdriver we ever need right here, boys. Pick one up. I need like a small little flathead right here. Boom, that'll do. Start tearing into these fender flares here. We need some pliers. Got some pliers. Got a nice piece of carpet right here so I don't break my knees. What a win. Boom. That's one clip. 2 clips. All right, that's it for that. And I believe, yeah, so they're 3M taped on. So all I gotta do is basically rip them off. Damn, that's some good quality tape. I'm gonna make sure I got all the clips off. I do, yeah. This should just pop right off. Damn, dude. There we go. Boom. And that is how you take a fender flare off. Basically, we're left with that, guys. As you guys can tell, this is a 2-tone truck. Look what these guys did that stole the truck. They took that Raptor liner and sprayed the entire bottom of the truck to kind of match the paint. But actually, the factory style paint job is a nice like silver to pearl gray. It's like a 2-tone paint. So good thing we have fender flares, but I'm actually gonna be taking all of this off. It's gonna be a big job to do this, but I wanna make it look right. This looks dumb. So I'm gonna clean this up right now, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna start using for that, and we'll go from there. Look how bad this is. I'm pretty sure that fender flare is from factory, but it ate away at the paint here. So I'm gonna have to do a correction here. And also, as you guys could tell, that overspray right there, that's insane. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that all off, because I wanna make this truck look really good. And we can't have none of that right there. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I know it's an older truck and it's never gonna look like factory OEM, but we gotta make it factory OEM as best as we can. And I can't leave stuff like this. Anybody would just slap a fender flare on here and call it good, but this overspray is kind of crazy. So I wanna at least do the best job I can to preserve the rest of the fender and what's left with it. I'm gonna do a good job doing this right, and when it comes time to putting the fender flare back on, I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, so I'm gonna put some gloves on. Use this to clean the surface of the truck. Quick and easy. All-purpose cleaner, guys. You can get this at any store, and it works great, works to magic. And then I'm gonna go off and use some Goo Gone and just spray it on here and get that rest of that tar and plastic off, and kind of work on getting that overspray off. So I'm gonna get this going. Look at all that grime. This truck was previously stolen from the original owner. I could only imagine when they repossessed this truck what the guy thought. He had this low mile GMC in his possession. Somebody steals his truck, cops find it, take it back, and then they bring it to his house, and he's just probably looking at this thing like, this is the worst looking truck ever. I gotta get rid of it. So here we are. I'm gonna make it better. All right, so man, this paint is awesome. It's like now that I look at it, it's like a gray blue pearl. So that's awesome. It's so clean under here. I just need to get this overspray off. So I'm gonna start working on the overspray now and see what we can do to fix that. Oh man, I can't wait to get this paint to perfection. I'm gonna put some Goo Gone on here and we're gonna see exactly what happens. Will that overspray go away? Uh-oh, the overspray is not going away. I thought at least it would grab, but oh no. Well, I have a second idea. I gotta figure this out because I don't want any of this overspray on this truck. This truck looks good, and I would hate to have this overspray everywhere. And the worst thing is, it's on every single fender. It's not like just one fender. These people that stole this truck had 0 brain cells left, because who sprays fender flares on the truck? Like, why would you do that? But here we are, and somebody did it. So I gotta figure this out. So take 2. All right, guys, I have a few strategies on trying to get this truck paint off. Obviously, the Goo Gone, it didn't do the job, and it didn't even affect what was on the truck. The second product I'm gonna use is called ID Red. I got this stuff on eBay for like 15 bucks a can, and it's an industrial degreaser, and it removes and dissolves oil, and I've used it at work personally, and it's really good stuff. So I'm gonna open up this bottle here, and I'm gonna try it on the truck and see if it'll eat away at this undercoating that someone used on the fender flare. All right. Dude, I got scammed. I gotta go find a tip now. What the heck? I literally just opened this and it's got no tip. Scam, dude. That's the best tip I can find. I gotta hold it and press it. Dude, I'm writing them an email saying, you guys didn't send me a tip. They better send me another bottle for free. All right, let's give this a try. It's working, but not the greatest. I had high hopes for this. I thought I was gonna do it and eat away quick, but I might even have to heat up the paint maybe and try to pull it off like a rubber or something. All right, see you in a bit. All right, little disclaimer. If you guys are gonna use a screwdriver, use it at your own risk. I am not responsible for scratching your truck. I am a veteran in the screwdriver game, so I know how to use it and how much pressure to apply. But for you guys watching, maybe starting off, Pick something with a softer edge, possibly something plastic, probably will do better. That's all I have, screwdriver in the shop, so I gotta use this. And it works for me, but it might not work for you, so you've been warned. I got a very terrible method of doing this, but it's working, and I think I'll be okay. Flathead screwdriver, and I'm gently prying the paint, and it's coming off real nice now. So if I scratch up the paint just a little bit, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna paint correct it, so you'll never tell. But the biggest thing is getting the stuff off. So this is gonna take me probably a couple hours per side to do this, but at the end, it's gonna look really good. So I'm gonna do this now, and then I'll get back with you guys after. There she is. It's hard to get rid of that line for the fender flare, but it's gonna get covered, so it's no big deal. Oh yes, sir. That is nice, super clean. I just got 3 more to go and I'll be done. But this is getting covered up. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but the biggest thing is to clean up the fender, make it look good, and wow, it came out really good. So I'm really impressed with that. I'm gonna start getting that fender prepped and show you guys how to mount it. All right, for the prep of the fender flare going back on the truck, you want to use some rubbing alcohol and a nice clean rag. Basically, you want to get all the contaminants off of the truck. So you pour that on there, nice little blob, and you clean where that tape is going to go on. So you make sure it's really good, clean it real good. Make sure all the contaminants are off. All right, and if you have a cold shop and it's cold outside, you want to get a heat gun and actually heat the 3M tape as you put on the fender flare. It's going to help with adhesion and it's going to stick a lot better. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to go find the heat gun and I'll be right back. Brand new, guys. Look at that, brand new fender flare. It's going to go on like so. All right, we got our handy dandy heat gun here. We're gonna plug her in, heat up the surface. Oh, that feels good. Cold shot. You want to grab your Fender here, heat up your 3M tape. After you used your heat gun, heated up the metal, heated up the 3M tape, you just want to peel off the 3M tape top layer here. So that's the actual glue. This is just the protectant here. All right, I'm gonna hit it again with heat gun, so that way it becomes really nice and sticky. There we go. Just want to kind of align it. Grab your pin here, pop it through. Find the hole. It's kind of hard to see if your holes are aligned, so have a flashlight handy. As you can tell, I have everything handy. Well, the fender flare is actually buttoned up pretty good, and they're cheap, but they're affordable, and everything kind of fit where it was supposed to. So I'm at least happy that I didn't have to do any extra cutting or sorting or anything. So I'm just gonna hammer these guys in and call her good. There's that first fender flare. Pretty good for gappage, no gap here. The glue actually came on pretty good. And, over here is the only problem, but that's all right. I might be working on all this later. So Either I paint this in or I remove all this junk. But today's video is basically just on how to install fender flares, how to take your old ones off, put the new ones on, and how they buttoned up. But so far, so good. Everything is, you know, how it's supposed to be. Nothing weird. And yeah, here's the first fender flare. So that's how you guys install a fender flare. I'm gonna go around, do the rest of them. It's gonna take me some time, probably like 2 hours per one, to get all that crap off and actually go ahead and installing the fender flare itself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something. And if you did, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.